Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. There's another report making the rounds on social media that Ooni of Ife had instructed the security personnel of the palace to shut the gate against, gospel maternal family that came from Lagos to meet with the Ooni of Ife. And they said this time, these women came in connection with the immunity removal. And, they made arrangement, brought themselves, some from Lagos, some from Ijebu. Yes, the Ijebu women living in Lagos and some of them from their state, they all came to meet with the Ooni of Ife in Ile-Ife because they wanted to have a talk with him as mothers to let the Ooni of Ife understand that gospel is still a small girl and some of the decisions that gospel made, like others, she may have been influenced. Now, their argument is based on the fact that a lot of people were guilty of what is going on. Kabiyesi decided to punish some over some. They say some of the things that Blo did, were much more than the things that gospel did in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Why did Ooni of Ife decide, like Ooni just decided to punish gospel and Blo is still walking tall and having fun in the palace to a point where Blo was seen with the Ooni of Ife in Akure, enjoying herself, smiling all over the place, dancing, praising people and doing all of that. Why is that so? They said when these people came to the palace of the Ooni of Ife, at the gate of the Ooni of Ife, that it was a full, bus that they came with, okay? And they said Kabiyesi did not allow them, that the security men did not allow them into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And they said this is the height of, embarrassment that anybody would have ever gotten. Now, the argument is that gospel is wife to the Ooni of Ife. If Ooni of Ife will pass such order in the palace that this set of people who are coming should not be allowed, Ooni of Ife should know that he is also embarrassing himself, okay, if he does that. But another argument here is that a lot of people are saying Ooni of Ife never knew that they were coming. But there is another argument that gospel had left a letter, okay, in the palace that these people were coming. They are seeking the attention of Kabiyesi. Now, what is causing this whole problem is that gospel is fighting and dragging, Oletik and dragging some palace officials and also dragging Dr. Elizabeth, that she dropped the letter. Normally, they are supposed to approve the letter and take the letter to the Ooni of Ife, and Ooni of Ife will sign the letter, whether he wants to see them or not. But all of this movement, the documentation and all of that, all of those movement were not done. Apparently, where gospel dropped the letter was where they left the letter. And when these people came, they were not allowed inside the palace and they had to go back, because even though gospel did everything, spoke and talked, Kabiyesi had not sanctioned that movement. And so there is no way the security would have allowed them inside the palace. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source and still on the royals. How are you guys doing? Happy new week to you. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you, my Delarites. I love you guys so much. Adukwe, my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Happy new week to all of you. I love you guys so much. Daylight, my Daylight, my Daylight, my own people. Daylight, my Daylight, my Daylight, my super people. Eshe o, adupe o, my people. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So, the problem now is that, the confusion that is going on in the palace is that gospel blames that embarrassment on Oletik and, Dr. Elizabeth. Why? Now, she dropped the letter in the office, and that office, they say Oletik has been the one in that office. Now, when they bring documentation, they disseminate those documentation, they take it round and all of that. And those that are supposed to go to the Ooni of Ife, they go to the Ooni of Ife. And they said that the reason why KBSC did not, approve the meeting with these women, well, because they did not take the letter. That up until the day that these women came, the letter was still where the gospel dropped the letter. And gospel feels like this is, deliberate from Dr. Elizabeth all Oletik. And Dr. Elizabeth said she did not see any letter, and gospel says she did not see any letter. But a lot of people are also believing that maybe the information got to KBSC, and KBSC didn't want to see those people. Now, remember that some people had come before, families, paternal, from the paternal family, from Ijebu, they have come to meet with the Oni of Ife to intervene on the behalf of gospel, and the Oni of Ife did nothing. Oni was not interested. Oni didn't want to intervene. Oni didn't want to have anything to do with them. And they said it was during this meeting that an elder asked them that if a daughter of Ife had lived in the palace right there in Ijebu and done the kind of abominable things that gospel has done, would they allow that daughter to stay in their palace for 1 minute? That KBSC has been gracious enough. KBSC has given gospel time. KBSC has allowed gospel, and above all, immunity removal is not divorce. The women will still stay in the palace. They will still be known as KBSC's wife. It's just that traditionally, immunity removal comes with a lot of, backwardness. Like, it's an embarrassment to the family. It's something that shouldn't be. And that is why everybody's fighting to keep their daughters right there in the palace. So they said when these women came, they had a vehicle. They were at the gate. They waited. When they got to the gate, the security did not allow them inside the gate. Gospel was inside, and Gospel found out that the family members were there. Gospel came to the gate, tried to make them allow them. They did not. And unfortunately, at the time this was happening, Kabiesi was not in the palace. If Kabiesi had been in the palace, it probably would have been different. But Kabiesi was not in the palace. Kabiesi was out. And usually when Kabiesi is having meetings, you don't call him and all of that. These women waited and waited and waited as if nothing was done. And the way the whole thing happened, gospel feels like it was planned, maybe by the Oloris just to embarrass her, maybe because Dr. Elizabeth did not want them to meet with the Oni of Ife again, or maybe it was Kabiesi that left a final word that none of these people should come in again, should be allowed in to come and beg. But you know that they will not tell anybody anything about the truth of what has been going on if Kabiesi left a warning like that. They say gospel cried and cried and cried. That was how those women were sent back. Going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.